What is up, guys? So I got this new camera, and I'm wondering if it's gonna work. I literally haven't actually tested it yet, so we're testing it out now. Let me know if this camera is working. Let me know if the audio is good. How are we doing, guys? Someone says, what is the name of that song? That is basically the theme song of this channel, which is in the description. It's called Nightfall. The song is called Nightfall. Guys, let me know if the camera is good. This is the first ever test with this camera. Let me know what's good, guys. What's up, everybody who's joining? Yeah, so I figured out why. So one of the main reasons is that Google changed something about music, and like within the past few months, if you have copyrighted music in your stream, it immediately shadow bans you. And I didn't know that change was made. So now I know, no more copyrighted music, and we're good. So we're good. We used to get shadow banned like for the past like 3 or 4 months. It was so frustrating, but now we know. We just can't have any copyrighted music whatsoever, and we're good to go. Now we're not shadow banned. Now we'll probably rack up a thousand concurrent viewers easily this time around, which is pretty cool. So we have, the market is finding a little bit of resistance right now. We're seeing Bitcoin, still trading above 58,500, but there's a slight bit of resistance. Ethereum, less than $100 away from 2K once again, and Chainlink is now coming up towards that $30 level. By the way, guys, I did sell all of my Chainlink. I'm out of the market. So I wrote today, Chainlink is not providing the gains that I expected. I think the project is dying. So I decided to sell my entire Chainlink stack. The opportunity cost is too great. I am going all in on XRP, guys. I'm out of Chainlink, going all in on XRP. So there's that news. Yeah, if you haven't looked at the calendar, it's April 1st, guys. It's April 1st. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's actually kind of funny if you look at my Twitter feed. One of them says Grayscale adoption and link pool staking is going to pump Chainlink, and then the next tweet is I decided to sell my Chainlink, which is obviously a joke. It's a joke. April Fools. So guys, the interesting thing is, yesterday I was saying Grayscale adoption and link pool staking is going to pump Chainlink. And then an hour ago, we got the news that Grayscale is added over 100,000 link to its reserves. So they are starting to stack it. And that's pretty cool. The Grayscale Chainlink Trust will grow as their clients' demand grows. And we just saw a massive increase, right? People were complaining that, oh, Grayscale only has 50,000 link, but they just stacked up again, and they're going to keep stacking up, guys. They're going to keep stacking. So that's one of the big news pieces of today. Big news for Chainlink. Grayscale is adding more, and I think they're going to keep adding more. So that's cool to see. What else do we got in the news today? Morgan Stanley opens multiple institutional funds to Bitcoin. Can you guys see this? Is the screen too white? You guys can probably kind of see it. But yeah, Morgan Stanley's opening up institutional funds to Bitcoin. And I think we knew this was coming. This was a news piece that we saw not too long ago. What was it, Counterpoint Global? Yeah, their list includes Dennis Lynch's Counterpoint Global. So the funds will have exposure to Bitcoin through cash-settled futures or shares of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So guys, we got Morgan Stanley moving in with the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, and they're going to be using also cash settled futures. Most likely, now that we have Ethereum futures, they're probably going to be getting into Ethereum futures as well at some point, right? And it's cool to see that big players like Morgan Stanley are getting into Grayscale or getting involved with Grayscale. Guys, definitely smash up that like button if you're just tuning in. We're just looking at some of the news today. And I also haven't, people are saying put the music on. Well, guys, I can't do copyrighted music. I'll just replay the song, I guess. I can't do copyrighted music. Don't read no news. Why not, guys? News is good. News is good. Just look at that chat. Yeah, I know. Everybody's overlink. Everybody's like, oh, Chainlink sucks. And yeah, I mean, the thing is that it has been very annoying recently because it hasn't been doing much. But the reality is that if you look at Ethereum and you look at Chainlink side by side, they're literally up the same exact percentage over the past year. So Chainlink and Ethereum holding them over the past year, you've made almost the exact same amount of gains. Almost exact. So they're both performing just as well as one another. They're both in a very similar spot. Right, this is the daily chart. Looking since last year. Very similar stuff going on. It's that Chainlink moved up first. But there's that. I think it'll be fine. Chainlink slowed down. It'll probably break the all-time high. Though, yes, there are other altcoins that are going to provide much, much better opportunity than Ethereum or Chainlink. If Chainlink and Ethereum are both top cryptos, if you're looking to make like 100x gains or something, it's not going to be Chainlink. It'll be a much smaller crypto. But yeah, so Bitcoin is also looking to cross. So Bitcoin is in an interesting spot. Bitcoin's crossing bullish on the MACD, on the daily MACD. And this is something we talked about a lot on my channel. And that is that every time we got a cross, bullish or bearish, you know, it was very reliable. The MACD on the daily is extremely the market is extremely responsive to this right now. So if we can get this cross now once again and close the daily green and close with a bullish cross on the MACD, then that would be a fairly bullish signal that maybe we get continuation to the upside. So that's looking cool. Hopefully that plays out. There are some things I'm not liking about the chart right now, and that is that Bitcoin is like, you know, if we get rejection here, that's a lower high. So we don't want to see rejection here. That wouldn't look too good. Now, I'd be able to accept it as long as we hold above this upward sloping trend line, and as long as we hold above the 50-day EMA, this yellow line here. 50-day EMA has acted as support on the way up multiple times. It's been roughly along our support. So as long as we're holding that 50-day EMA and the upward sloping trend line, okay, yeah, we could pull back. But it's got to be a higher low, and we got to come back up and break above that resistance, right? So if we did, just talking about a potential short-term bearish scenario, we would have to create a higher low. That's fine. I'm able to deal with that. It's that when you start creating those horizontal lows, yeah, I'm looking for, if we do that, if we come back to test a horizontal low, I may actually be targeting 42K. Now, I'm not making a bearish prediction, guys. I'm just telling you that if we did get a horizontal low, that's what I'd be looking for. I'd be looking for 40K, about the 21-week EMA. Be like the first major target down. I think a lot of people would be buying there. There's that. But we'll see. Daily MACD cross. What is chat saying? What is my prediction for Ethereum 2021? We're going to talk about that. We're just discussing Bitcoin a little bit first. Hopefully Ethereum can get bullish enough now to get Bitcoin to become bullish again, right? Because Ethereum is now looking more bullish than Bitcoin at this point. Look at this, guys. This previous high here, that wick high, we're actually getting above that now on today, or I guess this is the 3-day chart. Let's go to the daily chart. Whoops, where are we right now? Why did the chart just do that? Okay, here we go. Daily chart, we have this pennant formation. Ethereum's breaking out. Very good. And we're getting above that previous high. So we're making higher highs right now. So this is looking really bullish. And in comparison to Bitcoin, not as much. Right? We're getting like rejection right at that high. So we need Bitcoin to make a higher high as well. Ethereum is kind of leading right now. I'm hoping that Ethereum can lead Bitcoin into a higher high. I think it might happen. You guys, you know that sometimes It's like ETH season. Like Ethereum starts to take over, starts to lead a little bit, and I'm hoping to see that happen right now. And it looks like it is happening right now. Someone came in. Oh, we have a couple donations from people here. Somebody came in with the 10 Ninja Food Time. He says, "Do you have?" Ninja Food Time is always coming in with the spicy comments. Do you have a favorite spicy food? Also, your thoughts on Litecoin and Mimblewimble. So my favorite spicy food, actually, what I've been eating a lot recently is spicy curry. Like chicken curry, shrimp curry. There's this place down the road from me, this Indian place. Really, really good curry. And I get spicy chicken, spicy buttered chicken, or spicy shrimp curry. It's so good. I actually ate it 4 days in a row now. 4 days in a row. I might do it again for a 5th day in a row. So my thoughts on Litecoin and Mimblewimble. I actually don't have too much of an opinion on that because I haven't researched it enough. So if I haven't researched something enough, I'm not going to comment on it. But I know that Litecoin is looking to do privacy layers and stuff like that, something like that. But I'm really not educated on Litecoin's developments right now. But Ninja Food Time, I appreciate you coming with the 10 and your spicy comments. Someone else said, "Hey Kev, thanks for all the great content. Really been enjoying. Definitely been in the Patreon. Being in the Patreon has been a big win. Wanted to find out what your opinions on Origin Protocol are. Watching all the way from South Africa." So that's actually been on my list. That one's actually been on my list. I don't want to talk about random altcoins too much right now, but it's looking pretty good. That project's looking pretty good. But I appreciate you coming in from South Africa. Maybe I can talk about it in a Patreon video. But yeah, the Patreon has been doing quite well. So we talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also Chainlink is now breaking out of this pennant formation. I mean, it's inevitable that Chainlink is going to go to an all-time high, even though it's been a slow mover. It's been a turtle, guys. Chainlink has been a turtle, but that's really only because it's been performing so well over the past year. But yeah, I think that it's only a matter of time before Chainlink reaches that previous all-time high and breaks out once again. And we're looking for that cross on the daily as well. A lot of cryptos are getting the bullish cross on the daily MACD. So Chainlink is starting to get that now. We'll see if we can get follow through. Of course, it's all really up to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum has been in this bullish cross for a few days now, and now we're getting a higher high. Also, the US dollar index is in an interesting spot. This is something a lot of people are talking about, that we are starting to find some resistance here this week, or I guess past couple days. We're forming a potential top for the US dollar index. And if we do get that, if we do get continuation to the downside, or we get a reversal and then we get some downside, then I do think that Bitcoin is going to be able to get fueled off that. So yeah, I mean, more stimulus, more devaluation of the dollar. We probably won't see the US dollar index gain all that much value. I think we're going to probably end up breaking below that historic support. If you guys remember, this is comparing Bitcoin. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be breaking below the 90 level from the 2018 support line. I think the US dollar index is likely going to start to fail this support as they do continuous stimulus, endless stimulus. I mean, there's like people in Washington that are calling for literally endless stimulus checks. They're like panicking. They don't know what to do. I don't expect all that much upside from here. And who was it? David Hunter was saying that the stock market is looking like it's going to melt up. It's possible. Somebody says, what do I think is the next coin to get added to Coinbase? What do I think is the next coin to get added to Coinbase? That's a good question. So actually, a few of the coins that we picked in Patreon got added to Coinbase. The next coin that I think could be added to Coinbase, and I don't see why it wouldn't be, is Engine Coin. Engine Coin, guys. Probably Engine. Like, if I just had to pick one, this one's an absolute powerhouse right now. Coin Bureau, the YouTuber Coin Bureau, just did a very good 25-minute breakdown of the Engine project. This one, probably going to be added to Coinbase at some point. It'd be really strange if it didn't get added, in my opinion. It's got to be added. It's got to be added, guys. And this one has been on an absolute moonshot. And if you guys, those of you that are in my Patreon, we're up like 1,500% now. How much are we up now? If you took my Patreon call, you're up 1,500% on Engine. We were buying it like 16 cents. And now it's absolutely ripping. And this is awesome because the Engine project is covering two of the biggest. So gaming, right? Gaming is gaming is bigger than the movie and music industry combined. Is that what it is? The movie and music industry combined, gaming is bigger than both of them. And Engine is the leading blockchain gaming project. Now, crypto gaming is still coming up. But the NFT market is already here, and it's on fire. And Engine is the leading NFT gaming platform. So, what is the leading NFT issuance platform? I believe that's what Engine is. I think that's how you would say it. So yeah, Engine is in a position to do extremely well. $10 billion market cap, I think, is an easy target. So another 5x from here, totally possible. Which means, maybe we hit $10. I actually think this is possible. We'll see. You guys know that in crypto, things get way more bullish than you expect. GHHG, we could saying, look at the BETTOGH chart, or we'll take a look. But yeah, Engine Coin, I would be very surprised if it wasn't added to Coinbase. I think it will be. People in chat are so funny. Some people are just so opinionated, it's hilarious. Somebody, GGGH, I don't know who you are in real life. Maybe you're in my Patreon. You're like screaming for BETTOGH in the chat right now. I think you're trying to just pump it, most likely. I could bring it up on Cryptowatch. I mean, this one's like BETTOGH. This one's looking like it's at ground floor. And it's probably going to break out soon. I mean, this is just one long accumulation range, not having broken above the all-time high. This will likely end up just being one giant accumulation range, and eventually it's going to break out, and this will just be the bottom. I mean, that's like how these type of altcoin charts work. Is when you do this, and if it's a solid project, it's just an accumulation range, and at some point, it's just going to be, that'll just be considered the bottom. And this is really ground floor for BETTOGH at this point. I mean, that's literally all you would have. Like, the TA is no more complicated than that for BETTOGH. It's just an accumulation range before a breakout. See, yeah, now this is like we're basically getting into alt season, guys. And alt season in a bull market is like the entire bull market. If you guys, a lot of us who were around for like 2018, 2019, 2020, what we're used to is we're used to seeing when Bitcoin goes up, altcoins get wrecked. When Bitcoin goes sideways, altcoins go up. When Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down. That's what we're used to from the last few years. But now it's different. Now it's just one giant alt season. I mean, people are asking me, Kev, when is it alt season? And I'm like, guys, do you not see what's going on right now? Everything is mooning. Everything. It is one giant alt season. This is just a giant alt season. Everything's going up. When Bitcoin corrects down, then the alts kind of come down with Bitcoin. But when you're in a bull market, if you guys remember 2017, it's just a giant bull market. I mean, it's just one long alt season, right? That's really all it is. Everything's going up at once. We're not seeing Bitcoin going up and alts going down. That's not what we see anymore. It's all up because there's all new money coming in. Down here, money was being recycled in Bitcoin into the alts, into the Bitcoin, into the alts, like back and forth, back and forth. Now it's just a bunch of new money coming in all at once. So everything's getting pushed upward. Everything's getting pushed up. So yeah, if you say when alt season, all the time, the whole time, you'll find alts anywhere you look that are pumping right now. Like let's just flip to page 2, go to 24 hours, and let's see what's pumping. If my computer will load. Yeah, everything's pumping, guys. Let's see what's pumping the most today on the top 100. Mask Network, whatever that is, that probably just entered the top 100. EOS is pumping. Ontology. Compound Dogecoin is up. Chainlink is coming up. Filecoin has just pulled back a little bit. But Filecoin is obviously one of the biggest topics of crypto right now. Apparently, someone in my Patreon chat said that China is pumping Filecoin. I haven't confirmed that myself, but it's gone absolutely parabolic. Sony coming in the chat and asking me about my thoughts on ANKR. Guys, I know that's a great project. I know that, but I don't want to sit here and talk about every altcoin in existence. It's going to be pretty difficult for me to do that. At some point soon, I'm gonna make a dedicated video to an altcoin that we've been accumulating in my Patreon that you guys don't know what it is. Don't comment if you know what it is. I'm gonna make a dedicated video to that soon on this channel, and you guys probably have not heard of it. Some of you have. Most of you haven't. It's one of my biggest altcoin holdings right now. Sean Taylor says, when does Ren stop being slow as hell? Well, guys, every altcoin has its day. Every altcoin has its day. I mean, you guys, like, this is the problem with, Chainlink was like the best performer in 2020. Right? For a while, at least. Like, everyone wanted Chainlink. It was the coin to be in. It was the hot coin. And now it's going sideways. And then it went sideways, and it's been going up the whole time, but it's not moving up so fast. But, at some point, Chainlink will be the hot coin again. And this happens with every altcoin. Every altcoin, there's a hot season and then a cold season, and it's just going to do that. So, like, Ren is one that we've been buying. I'm up a pretty decent amount on Ren. What am I up? 300%, 315% now. This one just below $1 billion market cap, slowed down a little bit, but overall, I'm not too worried. You just gotta be patient. Something that I was saying in one of my Patreon videos is that like people in crypto, like look at the performance of Ren has been great, but people in crypto sort of treat it as a slot machine, where they just like want the gains, like right when they buy, they just want, like, it's like for them it's like a slot machine. And this is why the crypto market always becomes overvalued. Always. It's always overvalued. Even most projects in crypto right now are entering over-evaluation territory. And we've discussed this many times. So, for example, in 2017, and this is very important to understand, this is why I always talk about it. After the first breakout, everything above the first breakout was over-evaluation. Everything above $3,000 was too expensive. Right? But if you were in the market, then you definitely didn't think that back then. You were like, wow, we're way above 3,000. We're probably never going to go back there again. And then it goes all the way back to 3K in the bear market, right? Only one run up was fair valuation. And here, guys, we're like at that point where it's like we have one major pump, and most likely everything above 50,000 is going to be over valuation. And the true value of crypto is sitting somewhere where we are now. The true value of crypto is sitting somewhere where we are now. And that if we keep going up, it's a bubble. It is an absolute bubble, and yeah, it's just a bubble. But that's why we like crypto, because we love the bubble phase, the speculative phase, the over-evaluation phase, where we make the most money, and if you sell at the right time, you make a ton of money, and then you can reaccumulate at such lower prices. The volatility creates such incredible opportunity. But yeah, we're breaking out above into over-evaluation, into bubble territory now. I believe above 50,000, Bitcoin is in a bubble. And we will likely reach maybe 250,000 or higher, whatever, 150K to 300K, somewhere in this range up here, that I think we're going to end up going there. And then we'll probably come back to 50, right, and test that 200-week moving average, But it's just a guess. It's just a guess. But that's like the most likely scenario. That's also just how Bitcoin behaves normally. And, people like Michael Saylor, they say like, oh, Bitcoin's, not going to go into a bear market, or the bear market won't be bad. And you guys have to remember that Michael Saylor, even though he has $1 billion in the market, he also discovered Bitcoin basically in March after the crash. Somebody probably told him about it in March, and he learned about it and then got into the market. So he's new. Michael Saylor's actually new. And he has less than a year of experience studying Bitcoin. So I don't really take Michael Saylor's word too seriously. Like, it's awesome that he has $1 billion in the market and he's making billions of dollars in gains. But I also don't really trust his word too much about the bear market won't be too bad. It'll probably be savage. It'll probably be savage just like every other time. Most likely. Yeah, Saylor badmouthed Bitcoin in 2013. Is that true? Is that true? It could be true. Or yeah, he knew about it for a long time but didn't think it was going to be something. Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, I don't really care too much about what Michael Saylor says. I like that he's a champion for Bitcoin, and that Michael Saylor is essentially like a crypto rock star. That's cool. Oh my God, the chat is just flooded with altcoin questions. By the way, guys, if you really want to know all my opinions about altcoins, join the Patreon. Like, you guys see what altcoins I own. You get access to my altcoin portfolio, the actual verified data, the blockchain data, and you can see what altcoins I'm personally buying. And actually, today's the best day to join Patreon because you're getting in at the first, which means you have 30 days until you make a payment, and you could leave after 29 days if you wanted to. Just throwing that out there. So yeah, and that's another thing you got to watch out for is that at some point this year, it's likely that Wall Street is going to want to have a Bitcoin ETF in place. It's very likely that Wall Street is going to want to have a Bitcoin ETF in place. Just like they wanted the CME launched, literally at the day of the top in 2020. sorry, in 2017, I believe that somewhere this year there will be an ETF launched at a very high price. At a very high price. Bitcoin's going to do whatever it's going to do, and that Wall Street is going to purposely pump the market up. Wall Street's going to try to feature it on all the news channels. You know, Bitcoin is the next best thing. Everyone's got to own Bitcoin, right? As we're like peaking, you know, Wall Street's going to basically be shilling Bitcoin to the population, and then they will short the crap out of it once they launch that ETF, and that's how they take control of Bitcoin, right? That's how they get control of the market. And at some point, we'll like break the parabolic trend line, and yeah, it'll be another bear market, guys. It'll be another bear market eventually. So watch out for the ETF launch. We might get an ETF launch and then a major pump to sucker in the population, and then because most guys, you know, there's when I talk to people in real life about Bitcoin or crypto, you know, like I spend so much time with the community, talking to my Patreon chat, talking to you know, doing tweets, making videos, looking at other people's opinions, and when I do that, I feel like, wow, people like there's so many smart people, intelligent people that know so many things that I don't, right? Because I'm surrounded by crypto the whole time. But then I get into the real world, and people know absolutely nothing. They know absolutely nothing. They don't know what the stock to flow model is. They don't know how Bitcoin behaves in a bull market. They've never even seen the long-term chart before. They just see the price, and they just hear, oh my God, Bitcoin's at 50,000. I got to buy in because, you know, whatever. They feel more comfortable buying at Bitcoin at 50K than they did at 3K, which is funny. But people just don't know anything. So the population will easily get suckered in at the top. Easily. It just happens every time. So yeah, watch out for the ETF launch. Your Patreon is the best altcoin bought this year? You bought one of my calls? Everything goes up during alt season. Well, Galvin says everything goes up during alt season. Well, guys, everything goes up in a bull market. So some of the coins we already talked about. We already talked about Engine Coin, that it's one of my top performers right now, and I think that it's going to possibly be listed on Coinbase. I don't have any real reason to think that. I just think I would just be surprised if it didn't hit Coinbase one day. Another one of my top performers that I've talked about on this channel briefly before is Polygon Matic. And this is one that I think will be one of the most widely adopted scaling solutions for Ethereum, and it's also blockchain agnostic, so it can be used for Ethereum-based blockchains. And I think that a lot of projects are going to end up using the Polygon technology. Because you can hook up, you can do all kinds of things. You can, hook up your dApps and gaming dApps in here, too. You can do all kinds of stuff. And this one has been an absolute moonshot. We bought this in Patreon at 40 cents. Sorry, 4 cents. Not 40, 4 cents. And this one I think is going to keep doing well. This is also... One thing that I've noticed is if you go to the top 10 cryptos and you look at what's in the top 10? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Tether, Cardano, Polkadot, XRP, Uniswap, Litecoin, Filecoin. There's no real scaling solutions in the top 10. There's got to be an Ethereum scaling solution that hits the top 10 one day, or at least the top 15. There's got to be an ETH scaling solution that enters the top 15 or top 10 at some point. It's got to happen. And I think it could be Polygon. It could be Matic. I think it could be. They're getting so many partnerships, it's insane. It's like every coin that I have, it's like they're working with Polygon. It's like they're getting so many partnerships. So this is one that I'm very hopeful for, and I think it could go to a $10 billion market cap. Maybe it hits the top 10, top 20. Top 10, top 20. I'm just surprised there's no ETH scaling solutions up there yet. But yeah, people are talking about Link Pool, the LPL token, I guess that is. Who do we got in here? We got Joe. Joe just joined the Patreon. Joe, I appreciate you supporting the channel and joining the Patreon. Make sure you follow the two-step process to get in the VIP chat. At the top of the Patreon feed, there is a VIP chat two-step process. What was someone asking? Oh yeah, the Link Pool token. The LPL token. This is up 33% today. So, yeah, this one pumped. It's got a good amount of volume today. So the Link Pool, so there is Chainlink staking now. And I think this will help the price pump. Chainlink, so we now have Chainlink staking that came out, and Grayscale just started buying Chainlink. In fact, Grayscale just bought another 115 Chainlink today, or recently, past 24 hours, I believe. So Grayscale's adding more Chainlink, and we have Chainlink staking. This is pretty much what we needed. This is what we needed for Chainlink to start doing something and not be a turtle, because Chainlink has been a turtle. This is not official Chainlink staking, though. This is Link Pool, so they're affiliated with, or they're working closely with Chainlink's team, but they're technically not. It's not official Chainlink staking, but it is an option. You have the Link Pool Chainlink staking option now, and I believe this is the reward token, the LPL token. So this one's going up today. People are probably asking, is this a good investment? I mean, it'll probably go up. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm also, I'm not giving financial advice. This is really just entertainment. It's probably going to go up, if you ask me. Though the market cap is already quite high, I believe. I forget what it is. I'm not sure how much is available, but I think the market cap is already pretty high. JSR, yeah, we were talking about the CS says, "Can I join your Patreon?" Nah, you're banned. You're banned. No, I'm just kidding. He's already in it. He's just a jokester. Nobody says Flow. I was looking at Flow. Flow's an interesting project as well. Mihani? I don't know how to say your name. Maina, thanks for joining the Patreon. I can't pronounce that name. But yeah, Polygon, I think, is going to be one of the top performers in this bull market for sure. For sure. Just looking at chat. This is just a hangout, guys. We're just chilling. Yeah, I mean, we were already looking at the MACD cross on the daily. We have to actually close this daily. I would like to see this daily close green, which means we'd have to be at 50, just below 59,000 to get this confirmed cross, because it's not a confirmed cross, guys. It's not actually a confirmed cross yet. We have to close this daily. So we have five hours left to confirm this bullish cross on the MACD for the daily chart. Guys, let's run a quick poll in the chat. Let me know in the chat. First of all, smash that like button if you're watching this stream, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I think we're about to hit 51,000. I think we're about to hit 51,000 subscribers. So I appreciate that. Let's see, where are we at? Basically almost at 51,000. So guys, let me know in the chat right now. Click 1 if you're bullish on Bitcoin in the short term and long term, and you think we're just going to keep mooning. And click 2 in the chat if you think we're going to create horizontal lows and a breakdown towards 40K or so before getting the needed support for a continued leg up. Click 1 for scenario 1, and click 2 for scenario 2 in the chat. What do you guys think? What do you think is more likely right now? For now, I'm personally gonna stick with one, as long as we're creating higher lows here, right? We're holding this trend line, which I'm drawing the trend line, and then the 50-day EMA, right? So if we're holding the trend in the 50-day EMA, then I would say, okay, we're still trending. We still have some enough demand to maintain this trend. We can break out again. Once we start falling below the 50-day EMA and that upward sloping trend line, then that's not looking too good. Then I would actually be targeting closer to 40K. But for now, I'll remain bullish. The trend is still my friend. I believe the trend is still my friend. Seems like most people are still bullish. Most people are still bullish. It's actually kind of mixed. It's kind of mixed, but and then another thing. Well, yeah, I guess in scenario 2 would be kind of good because it would give us more buying opportunities. But something that I see a lot nowadays is the idea that if people are bullish, I shouldn't be bullish because everyone's stupid except me. But that's actually not true in a bull market, guys. That's not true in a bull market. In a bull market, because okay, so when you're in a bear market, when the overall pressure in a market is down and it's right, you're getting more sell-offs. So when you're in a bear market and the overall pressure is down, so if you're trending down and then you see support come in, right, and then the market bounces up, and all of a sudden, remember, you're in a bearish environment or a semi-bearish environment, and you start to see a lot of people on social media getting really excited on this bounce. That excitement is actually a sell indication because the pressure in the market is down, and if you're seeing excitement in bullish sentiment in a downward market, that would mean that okay, the prices have moved up. That's actually a sell signal because the overall pressure is down. That's how you got to gauge that in a bear market, right? So that works in a bear market. Now, if you're in a bull market and the pressure is just up and the price is pumping and people are getting really excited on social media and you're like, oh, I'm going to be a contrarian, that probably wouldn't work out too well. In an environment like this, doesn't usually work. So you got to be careful about being a contrarian in a bull market. Things will probably, we could see major corrections in between, but we'll probably remain quite bullish for at least a few more months. So Ethereum right now is looking good, guys. You guys see what's happening to Ethereum? Ethereum's at 1,970. Look at this. Are we touching new highs for the day? I think we are. I think we might be. So the next target for Ethereum, probably going to be if you go from high to low. This is just one thing you can do. Look at your targets from high to low. If we get a breakout, I'd be ultimately looking for 2,500, the 1618 at 2,500. That would likely be the next major upside target from a fib extension perspective and from a psychological perspective. I'd be looking for 2,500 for Ethereum. We'll see if we get there. Bobby says Ethereum has been leading this bull market. That's not really true, guys. That's not really true. Bitcoin has been leading the bull market. I mean, Bitcoin always leads the bull market. In fact, Ethereum was lagging for a long period of time as Bitcoin was running up and hitting new highs down here. So, yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is always the leader. Ethereum takes over for moments. There's moments when Ethereum takes over, and that's happening right now. Ralph Salomon is in the chat. He says, "What are you drinking, Wawa Wheeze?" Because it's actually a large Starbucks iced coffee. They put something in the Starbucks coffee. Like, it's like it really like gives you a lot of energy. They definitely try to like get you hooked. So people are asking about my Chainlink price target. Well, so the thing that I was saying was, if Chainlink staking does not get implemented, which it's like half implemented now because Linkpool did it. If it doesn't get implemented, then I'm going to have to lower my targets, right? If we're not getting Chainlink staked, we're going to have to lower our targets. But now we got Linkpool staking, so it's kind of there. Chainlink staking is kind of there. There's an option to do it, and Grayscale is now adopting Chainlink. So I think that it's possible that if this bull market stays the way it is, that yes, we could end up going to $200 as a very an upper target. I'm becoming less confident in 500. I'm still confident in 200. I'm becoming less confident in 500 now because of how much time Chainlink is taking to get a breakout. I'm just going to give it to you straight. I'm becoming less confident in 500, even though it's still on my radar. I'm more confident in 200 as an actual target. And remember, these targets are not like, these are like short. When we get up there, it's going to be very quick, like very, very likely it's going to be very quick. Blow off tops. But now that we have Grayscale adoption, I think it's likely that we go to 200. We'll see. It depends. If Chainlink can have a few really good weeks on this run up, like really solid moves, like for a few weeks in a row, then yeah, maybe 500 will come back into play. But right now, I'm like, I don't know. Things are just happening too slowly. I'm not too sure. Of course, I'm still holding my Chainlink. Linkpool. Someone's asking where. I mean, I haven't done this yet, but linkpool.io. Linkpool.io. It's an option. It's not official. It's not the official Chainlink staking. So yeah, Ethereum is actually starting to lead a little bit. It's nice to see that the Bitcoin is starting to become starting to move into positive territory on this daily, and that's what we need to see for this bullish cross on the MACD. We need to see Bitcoin close this daily in the green. It's got to happen, guys. It's got to happen. And Ethereum is now at 1,980, coming up to that 2K level. Robin Mood says, who's even using Chainlink? Guys, Chainlink has some of the most partnerships of any project in the crypto space. I think it's over 500 now. Over 500 people or projects are using Chainlink. Daniel says, how long do you think the blow-off tops will be? Well, I mean, I guess we can just look at history. Just look at history as a reference. For this blow-off top, it was less than a week at that 19K range. Less than a week. Up here, less than a week. Almost the same exact type of candle. Well, no, they're a little bit different, but you just had less than a wick up to that top price in 2013, and then you dumped. Same thing here in 2017, a wick up to the top price, and then you dumped. Not a few days, guys. A couple days, maybe? A couple days? Get a couple days at the top, and then you dump. Usually how it is. And that's the thing. What you'll notice about those two tops is, like, look at what the candles look like. You get, like, major rejection wicks. You spend a little bit of, just a small amount of time up there, and it's pretty clear that at these tops, the market isn't able to handle these prices. You see these wicks at the top? These wicks at the top. Market isn't able to sustain it. The demand is not high enough at those levels, and you dump. here right now, we're not really seeing that, right? We're actually sustaining these levels on the weekly. We're just hanging out. We're just hanging out up here, right? Market doesn't seem to have a problem being here, right? Just week after week, we're just maintaining these levels. We're likely going to keep going up. Yes, there's always a chance for a correction. Anything can happen, but we're likely going to keep going up. It's very likely that we keep going up overall. Hey guys, don't spam the chat. Don't spam the chat. Don't spam like that. Do I reward a spammer? I don't want to. I don't want to reward spamming. One of my thoughts on Uni was down quite a bit, but it's coming back up. It'll probably keep rebounding. If the rest of the market is bouncing back, it's probably going to keep bouncing back as well. Where are we with Uni? So I think this is when Bitcoin dumped, Uni dumped as well. But it's holding these levels. I think it's going to recover with the rest of the market. I mean, that's usually how this works in a bull market, at least. And once we get that bullish cross, this is going to be a pretty big moment for Uni as well. The bullish cross on the daily, which we're getting for Bitcoin now if we can close green, and for Ethereum it's happening. We've actually crossed bullish a couple of days ago, and Uni is lagging. Uni is a little bit slow right now, but it'll probably recover with the rest of the market. If you can reclaim your 10-day, 21-day EMAs, which you're attempting to do right now, I think that's a positive sign for Uniswap. And yeah, Uniswap v3. So the Uniswap v3 upgrades, the way that it seems to me, for those of you that have been wondering about or keeping track of it, the v3 upgrades, it seems like they're just focusing on giving incentives for providing liquidity. So they're just giving more incentives for liquidity providers, which is basically going to make sure that Uniswap stays at the top. Right? So if they just keep providing incentives for, lowering fees for liquidity providers, it's going to make it so that a ton of money comes into Uniswap and stays there, and they're going to solidify themselves as at least one of the top decentralized exchanges on Earth, if not the top decentralized exchange on Earth. But yeah, I think that Uniswap will recover with the rest of the market. It'll probably happen over the next few days if we see continuation from Ethereum and Bitcoin. Abdel asks an interesting question. Says, why do altcoins follow Bitcoin? And that's probably a question that a lot of people have. Why do altcoins follow Bitcoin? Why is that? Well, something that Mike Novogratz said is that, so when the stock market crashed because of COVID, and usually when the stock market crashes, like hard, like a real crash, Bitcoin doesn't do very well. And this ties into your question. It's because crypto is a confidence game. Bitcoin is a confidence game because it's heavily based on speculation. Bitcoin is just starting to be discovered by institutions. People are just starting to figure out Bitcoin is a real viable investment, right? So, yeah, you have a lot of speculation. It's a confidence game. And Bitcoin is sort of like the Dow Jones of crypto. It's like the main indicator. It's like the main index, basically, for the crypto market. And if Bitcoin's going down in value, I mean, these altcoins that are just like pure, like a lot of altcoins really don't have any value behind them. It's just complete speculation. Why would anyone have confidence in an altcoin that has barely any fundamental value if Bitcoin's going down? I mean, we're just looking at human behavior, guys. It's just human behavior. Why would a human being be comfortable holding, You just got to think about how humans behave. Human behavior is like a huge part of this. And people aren't going to be confident holding an altcoin when Bitcoin's going down. They want to be the first one to sell to avoid the dump, right? People are so like fidgety. That's what I've noticed. People in crypto are so fidgety. Like, if I say one thing in a video, like people will literally trade based off that idea. There were actually people today. When I made this April Fool's post on Twitter, I basically made an April Fool's post where I said I'm getting out of Chainlink, going all in on XRP. Some people actually believed it. Some people actually believed it, and they actually sold Chainlink because of this tweet. And I was like, wow, crazy. It is crazy that people actually do that. That people would see this tweet and immediately just go and sell Chainlink because I said something on Twitter. It's like, that is just crazy. Like, who are these people? Like, what are you doing? Like, you will never succeed if you just impulse do something that someone said on social media. Like, no. Like, guys, a professional investor is not going to just look at social media and go, oh my God, did that person say this? I got to do that now. It's like, if you want to be a professional, you want to be successful, you have to make the decisions. You have to trust yourself more than me, more than anyone else, right? If I came on YouTube and made a video and I just made a video saying I'm super bearish and I'm selling everything, some of you guys might actually sell because I said that, and that's not good. That's not good. You got to figure out what's right. You got to know. You got to be confident. You just got to be confident in what you're doing and be educated enough to make your own decisions. David Shand says, can you show us what volume indicator you are using? Guys, when it comes to volume analysis, I just look at the top exchanges and if you want to be good at analyzing the market, you have to learn price action and volume. That's it, right? There's professionals out there that will only look at price action and volume, and that's all they do. They just look at trend lines, market structure, patterns, and volume, and that's it. And they do really well. You don't have to use 1,000 indicators to do a good analysis. In fact, a lot of people that use too many indicators, they get confused and they don't really know what to think anymore, right? So yeah, I'm just analyzing the volume on top exchanges. Price action is life. I agree. Insu says, is it a good time to add Chainlink? I mean, if you've done your research and you're confident in Chainlink, I mean, yeah, it's a good accumulation area. But that's not financial advice. Daniel says, Kevin, how will you determine when to exit the altcoins in the first alt season? Guys, we have been in alt season for like months. We've been in alt season for months. Everything's going up. There's so many things are going up. So basically, first, Bitcoin broke 20,000, right? This run up here, alts were not really doing that much on this first run up. The whole focus was on Bitcoin. The entire market was amazed that Bitcoin just broke 20,000. Everyone wanted to buy Bitcoin, right? It was a big moment. Oh my God, Bitcoin just broke past 20,000. Huge moment. All the focus was on Bitcoin. Once we found this top at 42 and came down, that's when a lot of new money started coming into the market in general, because there was so much excitement, so much attention, and then the altcoins started to take off. So in my opinion, I don't know, people might disagree with me. Since January 30th, going into February, since we went into February, it's basically been alt season the entire time. Just one giant alt season. There's just so, I mean, I don't know how you could disagree with that. Do you guys see the gains that are happening for alts? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And it's going to keep happening. Oh yeah, I haven't even looked at Bitcoin dominance today. This was a big topic today. Whoops. This was a big topic. A lot of people are talking about Bitcoin dominance. I think it's falling, if I remember correctly. A little bit. And this is classic, guys. This is classic. This is actually a good sign. This is actually a good sign. If you're looking at, yeah, a lot of people that are not educated, they think that Bitcoin dominance going down is like bad for Bitcoin. It's not. It's actually not bad for Bitcoin. In fact, in 2017, the bull run only happened when Bitcoin was going down. Let me pull this up. Right, so Bitcoin dominance was dumping, and we broke the 1,200 all-time high right here, right as Bitcoin started to lose dominance. And this is right as Ethereum started to break out, starts to lose that dominance. And we started trending down all the way until this point here. And what's interesting is after we hit that peak, dominance dropped even more, right? So a lot of people are expecting basically an alt season round 2 or an even bigger alt season after Bitcoin tops out. Maybe this year at some point there might be another major alt season afterward, which I can talk about in a second why that is. But yeah, Bitcoin dominance going down is a positive thing. It means that Bitcoin's price will probably continue to be going up. So Bitcoin's price will likely continue to go up as more money enters the market. And when more money enters the market, the money becomes more diversified between different assets because there's different interests. And that's why Bitcoin dominance goes down. And Bitcoin dominance going down is bullish for Bitcoin. And I think it will continue to go down. I think we're going to go to at least 50 for Bitcoin dominance by the end of this bull run. 50 probably. So what was I going to say before? Oh yeah, the reason why alt season happens in 2017 after the bull market ended. So for of course people didn't know for sure that Bitcoin topped out when we hit 20K. In fact, a lot of people pretend that they did, but they didn't. They're like, oh, like I can tell you who didn't know. A lot of big YouTubers you watch had no idea that the bull market was over. And you guys know that on this channel, we started this channel warning that the bull market was over and that we were likely going to hit prices like 2,500, which we came just $600 away from. But that was a year-long prediction, pretty damn close. Anyway, when you top out, when the bull market ends, not everyone knows it. So there's still a lot of energy in the market. Yes, the market dumps, but you see these rebounds, right? There's still a lot of attention, there's still a lot of excitement, there's still a lot of interest, and there's still money coming in. Even though that it's majority selling pressure, but there's still good interest in money coming in. And that's why the altcoins are able to do massive moves at the end of a bull run, right? Bitcoin peaks and dominance absolutely collapses. Bitcoin dominance after we peaked, dropped another 47% off the peak, because there's still all that interest in the money, and some of the whales will play that, and a lot of the top players in this market, they kind of decide when the bull market's over, so they know. But they'll take some of their Bitcoin and speculate on altcoins and do like a final exit pump on a lot of the alts and stuff like that. Because if you have enough Bitcoin, you know when the bull market's over, because you're the one creating the end. Not completely, but kind of. But anyway, yeah, once the bull market's over, guys, there's going to be a lot of interest, and we'll see another major alt season. Because the people are going to want more, right? Even when the bull market's over, there's going to be that excitement that's still there, and people are going to want more. And on every bounce, you're going to see altcoins going up, a ton. All the excitement is still lingering and fizzling out after the bull market's over. So there's still opportunity, even if Bitcoin's entering a bear market in the altcoins. So a lot of people say, you know, like a lot of people ask me, they're like, "Oh, Kev, what are you going to do in the bear market?" And it's like, well, I'll probably take a little bit of a break from doing stuff, but there's good short opportunities, and there's good altcoin opportunity or altcoin plays in that bear market, at least in the beginning, when the energy is still there, when there's still enough demand to create a flat line of support, right? And there's of course an increase in selling pressure, bearish pattern, descending triangle. But there's a lot of energy inside of this market, guys, even then. But then eventually it fizzles out. And I think something like that may not be a descending triangle, but something like that will probably take place over here again. It'll probably be a different type of pattern than the last one, but... But on that initial dump, at the end of a bull market, you're not going to want to be holding that many coins. You're going to want to scale out nicely on the pump at the end. You're going to want to scale out probably a majority. And then once you see that dump, a lot of assets are going to be falling off a cliff. And then once you enter, the beginning of a bear market, again, most people don't know it's a bear market. A lot of times they think we're going to keep going higher. There's a lot of opportunity in there. I was thinking to convert to USDC and stake it. Yeah, that's an option, guys. In a bear market, what you could do is scale out majority of your positions, take your stable coins and lend it and earn rewards for lending your stable coins. Totally possible. Someone says that BitBoy says 27K for this market cycle for Ethereum. 27K. I mean, maybe. That's a pretty high target in my opinion. I mean, I've heard other people say 100,000 or 80,000. I think Elio Trade said 80,000. I think was it Carl from the Moon or Crypto said 50,000 in one video. I heard them say that. I don't know if that's still what they think. And BitBoy saying 27,000. 27,000 is a little bit more reasonable, but I actually still think it's too high. I still think that's too high. Again, on this channel, you guys may notice that I don't really do that much hype videos, right? I'm not sitting there saying Bitcoin to 1 million, Ethereum to 100K. Those channels get the most views and the most attention because it's so much fun to just imagine that Ethereum is going to go to 80,000. That would be unbelievable for everybody. But it's not realistic, and it's likely not going to happen in this bull cycle. It's just likely not going to happen. And I don't like to just come on my channel and say this weird, these crazy predictions, because I like to come on my channel and be like, hey guys, we hit our target. Look, we've been saying this is going to happen, and it happened. That's what I like to do. It's not as appealing for some viewers. They just want me to say high numbers constantly. But I like when my targets get hit. I like when my targets get hit, guys. I think it's more fun. People are asking about a super cycle. Yeah, for Ethereum, I'd be looking for, I think, 5,000 is a very likely target. So for Ethereum, 5K is a very likely target. Maybe we can bring up, and by the way, if Ethereum breaks out right now, Bitcoin dominance will probably drop a lot more. Let's see. Go to Coinbase. Did I already have this drawn up? I did. Let's see something. So I was looking at this this is actually still from my other video. Wow, this is still drawn from my other video. This kind of looks messy, but let's see what I drew. I haven't touched this one yet. It's kind of fun to look at this because I drew that Ethereum was going to go up, down, and then break out almost where we're breaking out now. There's my crystal ball drawings, guys. the professional squiggly doos. Anyway, so my first target is coming up at about 3,600. So I think we're going to hit 2,500 next at the 1618 short-term target, but a more longer or medium-term target is 3,600. Potentially 4K as like a psychological number. You know, this market loves psychological numbers. 3,600 to 4K. 3,600 at the 2618 is, I think, is a likely next target to hit before, or 2,500 before seeing a consolidation in this range. And I think the highest we would go is 10 to 20,000. And 10,000 is possible and kind of likely. The most likely target to hit is 5K, right? 20,000 is a little bit less likely, but it depends. It depends on, you know, if we get good enough scaling solutions for Ethereum. You know, there's a lot of different factors, but because there's a lot of people being driven away from Ethereum now, like into like Binance Chain and other chains. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how ETH2 goes. 5K very likely. 10K pretty likely. 20K a little bit less likely. But we'll see. We'll see. Someone says that Benjamin Cohen said between 6,500 and 7K. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That actually, I never heard him say that, but that makes sense to me. I was gonna say 7,500 because it's a nice number between 5 and 10K. Like 7,500, that is a nice target to have for Ethereum in this bull market. You know, it would be nice if we go to like 12K or something. That'd be cool. Maybe that happens. But yeah, I'm looking for the 2618 at 3,600 as the next major upside target for Ethereum. Someone's saying Link is breaking out any minute. Well, we actually technically broke above the downward sloping resistance, and it looks like the Chainlink to BTC pair is bottoming out as well. I mean, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. Chainlink needs to get above these daily closes. It needs to get above that $31.20 level. $32. So if we get above $32, create a higher high on the chart, we'll probably end up testing the all-time high again. But you know, overall, Chainlink has been very slow recently, but overall it's been doing great. You know. It's pissing people off because it's not breaking out, but overall it's doing great. It's actually doing just as well as Ethereum this past year. Same percentage gains. If Chainlink was a stock, this would be a very good stock to hold. But because we're in crypto, we're all very spoiled, and we just want the pump, the pump, the pump. Alex Malero coming in with the 5. He says, Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum's looking great. I think we're going to break out. This weekly chart looks primed, guys. It looks primed for a breakout. Bid Moon coming with the 5. He says, upside target for Bitcoin. Well, it's tough to say. I mean, I'd be looking for potentially 70K as a psychological target. I mean, you could also just look at your fibs. Because, I mean, again, this is what a lot of traders do. Oh yeah, there's also you could look at your upward sloping resistance. So let's see what kind of confluence there is there. Now, see I remember looking at this, and I was looking for the price to hit like 68K. Remember that? As we were coming up here, I was looking for a breakout and a touch of 68K or something like that, 67, 68. But this day we got FUD. This day that there was a giant transaction, $1 billion transaction for Bitcoin on this day, and people thought that it was being sent to Gemini, but it was internal. It was an internal transaction on Gemini. People thought that it was a whale sending $1 billion into Gemini, but it wasn't. But that news dumped the price, and it caused you know, the market to get spooked, and it caused the continued downside pressure, right? Well, at least the catalyst caused even more downside pressure. So we didn't hit that upward sloping trend line that I was looking for. We didn't reach my target, and we broke the parabolic trend line. So now the Bitcoin chart is in a slightly awkward position, slightly awkward, but we're holding this yellow 50-day EMA, so that's good. Next upside target for Bitcoin, about 68,000 maybe, at the 1618. You could be looking for that. But, you know, I don't really care. I don't really care too much about short-term targets, guys. You guys know me. I'm not really focused on that. Though in the short term, what we do not want to see is a lower high. We do not want to see that. What do I think about VeChain? Not much of an opinion. Everyone's talking about ADA for life. So much ADA hype these days. So what, do we have 51,000 subs? Guys, definitely smash up that like button and subscribe to this channel if you're new. We're about to hit 51,000. We just crossed the 50K mark recently, so thank you guys so much for that. Also, we do have more Patreon members. Who's joining? Who's joining? We have Giovanni just joined Patreon. We also have James just joined Patreon. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate you guys joining. But yeah, guys, we talked about a lot today. I'm probably going to end the stream. I'm going to be in the VIP chat for all you guys in Patreon, obviously. I'll be there. I'm there almost all day. In and out all day long. Someone says Band is about to pop off. Yeah, because Band is probably following Chainlink. Isn't that always how it goes? Band just follows Chainlink. Chainlink is the king of oracles, by the way. The most partnerships, by far. Band just follows Chainlink. But it has a lower supply, so the price is able to move up easier. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you all tuning in. The news of the day before I go, Grayscale is stacking Chainlink now. They are. So there is hope. There is hope. We saw... My camera just died. My camera literally just overheated. Wow. All right, guys, my camera overheated. So I guess that's a sign that I gotta end the stream now. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next stream. Apparently my camera does not agree with the stream anymore. Peace out, guys.